everyone, this is Jane here, just to do a little bit of a New Year reading, but I'm only going to do a few cards because I think a lot of the New Year readings are quite in depth, and they're fine if you're going to do it for yourself. But I kind of feel like if I'm going to do for a collective, I need to keep it quite simple. So I'm probably going to just pull 3 cards to look at sort of the end of the year, the new year, and probably a oracle card to go with that. So it's going to be using black and white Falcon deck as usual. Let's just see. So I'm going to do 3 cards. I'm just going to ask. What can we take from 2022? What did we learn? What were the lessons? That we could take from last year. So I'm shaking the camera. There we go. So the card that I have for what we can take from last year is the Lovers. So the Lovers is all about choices, really. It might be around your love life, around your family, it could be around your work. And the Lovers is kind of talking about choices and making decisions and kind of having options there. And I think that's quite true. I think there were some quite difficult choices that a lot of people had to make last year. And I think there probably will be some quite difficult ones coming up this year. So it just feels like it's about that kind of energy. When I'm looking at this card today, that looks like an uphill struggle. This is sort of muddy, and this looks like a big hill to me. Sometimes when I look at this card, it looks really flat and easy. But today, when I'm looking at it, I feel like I'm saying that this could have been, for a lot of people last year, a bit of an uphill struggle. So I think the lesson is, I don't like the word lesson really, the learning that we could have had from that is that we do have choices, even though they might feel limited, that we still do have some choices, and that actually if we just keep putting one foot in front of the other, we do get to the top of the hill, although these people are at the beginning of the hill here. So, you know, I think there might be some more walking up hills to do. So I'm just going to ask for a card to talk about the theme for next year for us. Let's just see what we get. So, as you know, if you've seen my stuff before, patience, temperance. So temperance is, look, I'm a fire sign, so I don't really have patience in my toolkit. So whenever I see temperance, I'm just like, oh. But actually, temperance is a lovely card because temperance talks about improvement in relationships, improvement in connection with others, patience, calmness, gentleness. So I think there is an energy there of needing to be patient, needing to be calm, needing to connect with others. And I think sometimes when we find ourselves in difficult situations, the world is in turmoil, really, I guess. You know, there are lots and lots of things that are not going great. And when it's like that, the best thing we can do is to support each other as best we can. It can bring us together in a sense of community when things are difficult, when things are challenging. That whole coming together as a sense of community, a sense of togetherness, being calm with each other, being kind to each other. There's a lot of energy around kindness in temperance. So I feel like the theme for next year is to be able to be kinder to yourself and to other people. So yeah, lots of energy around that gentleness and kindness. I'm just going to draw a tarot card to ask for guidance for next year and see what comes up. Tower. So our guidance for next year is to not be afraid to embrace change. So if we can kind of roll with the, I want to say what my guide is saying, you kind of just need to roll with the punches, really, being kind to yourself in the process. The Tower is talking about change. It will talk about quite dramatic change. It can be uncomfortable. But it is always clearing the space for something, something new, something better. So don't be afraid of the Tower. The Tower is about change, and sometimes change, like I say, can be quite uncomfortable, and some people absolutely love change and some people really, really don't. On the whole, I think most people find change quite challenging. There will be changes over the next year, and I feel like we're looking at things that are quite dramatic, but they're always going to be for the better. They're always going to give you a stronger foundation to build on. I'm actually just going to put another card on top of the Tower because I don't really like ending on the Tower because it's just like, whoa, there's going to be changes, and then everyone gets left hanging on a thread. So let me just see what else we need to know about those changes. Okay, don't give yourself a headache over it, basically, is what that card is saying. There will be changes, there will be challenges, but it's nothing you can't cope with. If you see the guy there, there's lots of light coming through those shutters, and I just feel as if he's getting himself in a bit of a stew, when actually he could choose to just open those blinds up and it would all be fine. He'd be able to see perfectly. He wouldn't be giving himself a headache over it. Don't give yourself a headache over the change is what my guide is saying. It's all going to be for the better. It's all going to be good. So yeah, it might be a little bit uncomfortable from time to time, but I just feel like it will work out for the best. I'm actually going to put down a oracle card to go with these to just see what we have as a bit of additional information about next year. Okay, let's see what we've got. The ancient oak spirit is strength. So yeah, we are going to need to dig in a little bit and be strong. If we can be, then I think the ancient oak is a really great energy. I do a really nice meditation, which is one of Colette Baron Reid's meditations, which is the ancient tree meditation. It's about putting your roots down, putting yourself into the ground. It's all to do with the root chakra, so it's a fantastic meditation. The ancient oak is really wise, but it's really solid. So I think what they're trying to say is, in amongst all of this that we've kind of learned, that we've got these things that we've learned from last year, and now we know we need to be gentle with ourselves and we need to be able to embrace change and not sweat about it. The ancient oak is saying you have the wisdom and the strength, and you're grounded enough to be able to cope with whatever this year throws at us. So we're going to think of ourselves like a tree. You know, we are here. So even though the wind might come and the rain might come and it might get really hot and sunny, that tree is still there. It still puts its roots down. It is still strong. So you have what it takes to deal with whatever 2023 is going to throw at us. It does look like there will be some changes, a lot of changes, and to be honest with you, don't think that's a bad thing really, because we do need to change. You know, we do need to make some changes. There's a lot of things going on in the world that could do with changing. So the tower is not always bad. The tower can be unexpected. The tower can be unsettling, but quite often when we look at it, we think, actually, you know what, that was exactly what was needed at that time. So that's the overview that I have for next year. Really hope that you guys have a great 2023, and I'll speak to you again soon. I'll be doing what I'm planning to do really is kind of full moons, new moons, special events with the tarot this year. I don't plan to go back to doing the weekly readings. I think they were getting really tired. So it's going to be new moons, full moons. I think the next one's going to be a full moon in a couple of weeks, maybe about a week's time. I might drop in odd ones about things like maybe Mercury retrograde or things like that. Sort of special events rather than the weekly stuff, because I just think that was getting quite tired. As I say, hopefully you've enjoyed that. If you have, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel if you like this kind of thing. And I'll see you all again very soon. Thanks for watching.